Really much to say in this regard. Rich has timed out and we're waiting for him to join before we can actually start the game. I think it's gonna be, personally, at least on this side, it's gonna be in favor of druids, because, in my opinion, druids is having the better lights, while enmity is having some really old and talented, well, not old in that matter, but you know what I mean, experienced heavies in the form of Rin. As we all know, Rin has played for First Frag, TLR, etc. And we have Peter, who has also played for a lot of teams, First Frag in general. So those two heavies are going to be a real threat to druids, in my opinion. But on allies, just because you know that usually it's allies favored, it's going to be druids going to take the first couple of rounds. But we'll see. I mean, sometimes we also see Harrington is going to be a Axis favorite map. It also depends on how the specific teams play. Seems like we're going to start out with sadism on the Axis. Oh no, never mind. 6 versus 5. No, we're not live? No, we're not. Oh, just for timer. Never mind, we're just for timer. While we wait, I'm just gonna get a refill my water before we start to soften up my voice. So I'll be right back. And AzZa is back, and there's still no sign of Rich. Let's hope for the best in this one. I wouldn't hope that we went from one, what do you call that, one error game to another. I mean, timing couldn't be worse. So, yeah. While we're waiting for this, I'm just gonna make an announcement that these two teams are playing. Might as well, seeing we're just waiting. The sound might go off, don't worry about that. Alright. We're just trying to pass time here, guys. Actually, let's take a look at the scores from the previous matches. So, New Breed lost to Malik 9-0. Enroad took out PDEC IZ 6-4. Wombats lost, what? 40-0 to Visualize Your Enmity. That must be a walkover. Druids, of course, won 5-2 to Chaotech. POD won 3-2 against Phoenix Gaming. Oh, that was a really tight game. Inspire won 4-2 against Draken. And then the Penta lost 3-4 against Hard Knocks. And Entropy won 3-2 against Guns D3. Wow. Really tight matches in those lower brackets. Well, not lower brackets, just in the bottom ones, so. Right, we're, seems like Rich is joining right now, actually. Or is he? Those are my my friends that he's joining, so there's not much really we can we can do. Again, guys, if you haven't already made a user for Justin TV, make one. If you'd like, of course, and follow the channel because it's a huge help for me personally. If you follow the channel, it allows me to sipping my water to keep account of how many followers we have in total, who watches usually, and take statistics out of that. It helps me, in the background, so to speak. So if you'd be so kind to do that, that will help me immensely. And of course, it creates more creatability. When you're watching that a channel has a lot of followers, it means that people want to tune in and watch. And that way you can help and support Day of Defeat as a game too. Because this stream is representing 0 Point, thus representing Day of Defeat's source. Thank you in advance. So we're still waiting for Rich. Seems like he's having some problems. There he is. He got blue screen, apparently. Now he's reconnecting, and there he is. Alright. Seems like we are... we are soon ready to go with Druids against Enmity, or Visualizer Enmity. I'm just gonna call them What a charming Visualizer just got there. Derp derp, see what I did there? Visualizer Enmity against Druids in this Harrington match, round 2 of Penetration Cup 1. Hosted by, who was it? Enro something. What was his name? His name was... what was his name? Enro Shaki. So, did he disappear once more? No, he is in the server, apparently. There he is. Rich is finally in spectators! Now we can get on with our game. Indeed, tic-tac, K-Force. Alright, we are finally ready to go with this match here. Everybody sit back, enjoy, despite the low quality-ish. I will see what I can do about it once I've talked to my inspector of my apartment complex here. But here we go! Live versus Druids with Druids versus Enmity on Harrington in this Penetration Cup 1. So K-Force is going with that sniper. As I said, he was going to play the sniper on that balcony on the left side. Pretty standard place to sit. Seems like Enmity is going to be quite defensive, which is what you want to do as Axis against something like this. Druid is going for that fast cap on the middle, but wow, K-Force with that sick completely denying Druids on that middle. Now Enmity has that small time gap before the guy gets in upper link, but he does get killed there. Druids is just pushed back completely. Druid's completely caught off guard here. Enmity just showing who's the boss right now. Gary in that upper link, securing that second flag once more. Now they want to push onto that first flag. Druids want to shift their own defense onto that first flag and slowly push forward from there. Enmity just needs to push pressure and take advantage of this before Druids get this turn around. Because it's easier to... Ooh, that was a nice nade by Rin. You're gonna blow yourself up, buddy. Almost, at least. Enmity really showing some mettle here. 4 down, 4 Druids. They're really fast-paced right now. There's only 2 left, 4 Druids. They're on the first flag. But it seems like nobody from Enmity is actually on that first flag to defend it. So, what will they do? Now they are finally reinforcing 4 or 5 guys on that first flag, but they need to push out of this little choke here. They need to get either second or first, but second or middle, I mean. But there are 3 down for Druids now. They have to be very careful. 4 down for Druids. Enmity needs to take advantage of this situation now. Rich, once again, missing a nade there on the floor. And they're going for the cap, and it's already 1-0 for Enmity. Wow. Good start for Enmity. Solid play from Visualizer Enmity there. Wow, really surprising. I think that Druid was caught off guard there by K-Force's really quick sniping from the start. You don't really often see a sniper break the cap there on the middle from the balcony. That was really nice. I think it's because Druids did not prone on the middle. Very nice nade from Gary there. Druids have to be careful with those fast caps. Remember, be very careful with their grenade. It's a little greedy to do, but then again, they might be able to do it. And they do get the middle there. They have to be very careful. MDT has the middle and the ladder. Once more, Druid just caps the middle, and they get pushed back completely. AzZa is there in the upper link, which is what you want to do as a light. If you're this pressured, you don't want to push on that long flank really much. If you know that MDT, an opponent like MDT is going to push this much, you just want to take it easy and reinforce your buddies on the middle. Which has given, AzZa in this position has given Druids that opportunity to get out in the middle and just get a solid hole around it. Now MDT is finally pushed back on their flanks, and Druids can show their teeth. I realize I've probably talked too fast. I'm happy I have this cup of water here. But anyway, back to the game. MDT, again, they either want to stack the first or the second. In my opinion, it's easier to stack the second, but it's harder to defend because you can push from the second onto their second and get it quite easily. While first, it's a closed area where you can't really get grenades in, like you can on second flag. Which is why I think, yeah, MDT is doing exactly that. They're putting one guy towards the second, which is in this case K-Force, who's going to push out either on the middle or on the second flag, and the others are stacking the first flag. And then slowly either pushing onto to their first flag, and then onto middle, to try and get that cap, because that's the only thing, actually, well, you can do a lot of things, actually, of course, but it's the most practical thing to do, is to push from one flank as a team, and try to get either of the flags back. In this case, Druids was so focused on their first, that they didn't have a lot of guys on the second, and Softy was able to get back their flag. So now a little bit of pressure had been pulled off. Druids actually take that thought completely back. Druids pushing once more down onto second, and now MDT is forced to stack that second flag. Which is, as I said, a little hard to hold, but it's easier to push. So we'll see just what happens. We see K-Force there with a double kill, actually, taking out his teammate there. MDT killing like 3 or 4 there from Druids. Now is the time that MDT needs to push forward once more, and AzZa is there to take down Rin there. Once more, they're reinforcing that middle, making sure that MDT is not there to cap it. But am I talking too fast? I think I am. K-Force and Softy is going for that middle. Are they? No, they're not. They're really indecisive. Now they are going for the middle. They just wanted Softy to push down in that double door to hold it. If this is not good for Druids, once more they're pushed back on their first. They have to be careful that they don't take their first. Oh, they are going to get back their middle, though. Nice push and nice try by MDT there to get that middle. Peter and Rin just showing dominant force there on the ladder there, letting nobody get up there. Seems like we're going very much back and forth. Really fast-paced game. This seems. By now we should have at least seen a few casts by now, but apparently not. It's turning out to be a quite good game so far. Really just players all over the place right now. MDT has their first, and it seems like they have all flags except the middle. They have all the flanks, which is why now Druids is forced to either push on the middle or try to get one of their flanks to get hold of the middle once more to make sure that MDT does not get the middle once more. Because ideally, you want this side to be yours, basically, as Druids in this case. They want a few caps as allies. But MDT, wow, they're really showing some force here. Now going for the middle once more. Random Man Bucket is there to deny that cap. Very nice ball there too. Softy was there in lower link once more. They're going for that cap, it seems, or are they? There are 2 on the middle, but Bucket is there. Not a lot of HP. Will be able to break that. He does get killed by, not his own nade, but the Axis nade. Bucket is there to break that completely. Very nice by Bucket. Did delay that cap to give his teammates time enough to get up on that middle and secure that break. Awesome game so far, just pushing each other back and forth, but it's really not looking good for Druids. Ideally on Arrington, you want to get a hold of at least a few caps. This is what they want to do now, but Softy, wow, instant reflexes on Sadism there on the long, which will allow Softy to put down up on that flank, indeed taking that second flank, putting pressure onto it. This Softy is a little laggy, so I apologize for that. Duck and picking off. Wow, K-Flow is really quickly that are pushing up into the arch onto the first flag. It seems like they want to put a lot of pressure on that first flag. If they secure that first flag now, it could be really devastating. Duck and is going for that ninja flag. He almost got it, almost there. Wow, that was really close. Sipping water, really. I need that for this match. It seems like enmities once more